Battlefield Hardline is upon us with the beta dropping tomorrow. You should be up to speed with all the new classes, equipment, and small feature changes within this game, and that's what we're talking about today. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is StoneMountain64, and this past week, I was down in EA's headquarters in San Francisco visiting Visceral Games and recording this footage to showcase to you guys. We're going to be going through the 4 classes and some of the tweaks that they've made with, of course, the operator being your classic medic, the mechanic, who has seen by far the most changes, the enforcer, your shotgun ammo carrying badass, and of course the professional, your classic recon. Many of these classes have seen some slight shifts, especially in their gameplay mechanics, and we'll go through that in a minute. Before that, let's talk about some other small new additions. The first being melee weapons. Of course, we still have our classic knives, many of them being gold, which you'll see in this list here, but there's a couple new ones as well, including a sledgehammer, pipe, baton, nightstick, and golf club. These being, of course, dependent whether you are on the cops or criminal side. They also actually have some additional features though, especially the sledgehammer, or the hammer on the cop side, being able to bash doors right off the hinges, and although the cast time is 2 regular knives, it's a one-hit kill. In terms of camos, we have many classics, but there's a couple unique ones that's definitely new to Battlefield. 3 zebra camos, green, purple, and white, a circuit board and rattlesnake camo, as well as some solid gold, silver, and bronze plating. Of course, we'll have a ton of new weapons being released in this game, and you'll see those in a few minutes. But 2 unique features are within the pistol category. The first being the tazer, which will actually one-hit subdue an enemy and allow you to interrogate them, and a dart gun, which can be used to track vehicles both on the ground, flying, and even players. Although if you're able to tag a player with it, you might be better off tagging them with a bullet. Once you tag a vehicle though, you can use an RPG or SMAW, which you pick up from the map, and lock on to one of those vehicles. That's right, RPGs, SMAWs, and even LMGs are now battle pickups that you'll find across the map or in the trunk of your vehicle. What's also new with battle pickups is you can pick up health and ammo off of the wall, as you see me doing here, as well as off of players who are holding respective kits, that being health and ammo kits. Note that the ammo you pick up will only be additional magazines for your guns. You can also pick up defibrillators right off of the wall to help do some additional reviving for your team when you need it, pushing through the corridors, as well as picking up grappling hooks and zip lines located in some strategic locations to help you maneuver around the map. There are also anti-air weapons, in which are exclusively battle pickups, this stinger located in the back of your base, which will allow you to take out some air vehicles. Now, there's only 2 types in this game, both of them helicopters. One, your classic transport, which is found on quite a few maps, with 2 gunners on the side, as well as a smaller little bird type helicopter found on certain maps. Finally, let's take a look at the gadgets themselves, starting with the 4 universal ones across all 4 classes. Gas masks prevent all effects, both screen blur and damage from gas grenades, which are extremely effective in Heist and defending choke points. Zip lines obviously allow you to move very quickly across the map, although it has to be at a certain angle, which makes getting kills extremely difficult, but for the first time you guys get to see it right there. Did manage to get a kill. And then the grappling hook is the next piece, allows you to climb up, and if you don't want to actually interact with it, say it's blocking a doorway, simply knife and your character won't interact with it. And finally, Stunt Driver, which allows you to use nitro in your car, keeping up with the hotwire cars and staying ahead of the battle. We're also still maintaining class-specific perks, which you unlock as you work together in the squad, and as long as your squad doesn't wipe. But what's new is that you're no longer going to spawn in with 4 set things that you're going to unlock as you go. Rather, as you unlock your next tier, you're going to be able to choose between 2 different perks. Speaking of customization though, there are 5 different loadouts per class, so you can set up each class how you like for each mode. Now for specifics, starting with the operator or our classic medic. You're not going to see too many differences from our previous battlefields coming over to Hardline. Equipped with carbines, assault rifles, first aid kit, and defibrillators, it's pretty much everything you're used to. The new feature here is the Survivalist perk, which allows you to self-revive 1 time per life, but only from explosion kills and road kills to help balance it out. The mechanic is the class that has seen the most change, with the RPG now being exclusively a battle pickup from the map. The mechanic made up for some of that explosive power by taking the M320 from the medic, with the robbers getting the M29, which you see me using here. You may have also noticed the blue flames. This is actually a Molotov cocktail that is showing up as blue because it's from a friendly player. Yours, as well as enemies, will show as red, indicating fire. One of the absolute best changes, at least in my opinion, is the satellite phone now being part of the mechanic's class. This is your classic spawn beacon. You know, the one that snipers always love to place in the back of the map, way out of the battle, taking you away from the objective. Now it's part of the mechanic's role to keep the battle going, getting this squad good spawn locations, and pushing the objective. And because he's a heavy SMG user, which, yes, SMGs definitely are more powerful in this one, it's time to PTFO, ladies and gentlemen. And how can you forget about the repair tool actually not having too much function in this one just because the cars are so weak in general, but it is still good for kills. I'm gonna get the first repair tool kill. There you go. And it'll also disarm Sabotage, which you see me arming here. Going up to vehicles, doors, battle pickups, or anything you can interact with on maps will actually prompt you to arm that charge. Now you can only arm Sabotage charges on one of these interactive features. You cannot just put it on the ground in general. And even if you die, as you see me do here, you can still get the kill later on once the unsuspected enemy activates or interacts with that object. The next piece of equipment, the armored insert, gives your chest bullet protection, not only from snipers, which you see me pick 3 hit markers directly to the chest on this guy, but it also protects from other rounds. A very powerful piece of equipment, but there's a lot of great trade-offs in that category, making the mechanic my favorite class so far. Next up is the enforcer. With LMGs now being exclusively battle pickups, support has become extremely focused with shotguns and long-range battle rifles. Not too much has really changed in terms of equipment here, loaded with ammo, ballistic shield, and C4. The noticeable thing about C4 in this game is that vehicles move so quickly, there's not much opportunity to run up and drop C4 on them. The best use that I found for it was either setting C4 traps in the road for cars to go by, or riding shotgun in a vehicle and dropping off the back to take out vehicles that are tailing you. The professional, or our classic sniper, does have some minor changes. The first is the camera. No longer is this a motion sensor, rather, it's a camera that'll actually spot targets in about a 160-degree angle in front of the camera, and anything that's visible, spotting them, putting the icon over their head, about to up to 50 meters out. And it doesn't matter how many floors above or below they are, it'll still target. Next is the decoy. Putting this down will bring up fake icons or fake players, which is extremely helpful, especially throwing people off in modes like rescue or throwing them off when you're moving up on objectives. Finally, the trip mines. Similar to claymores, but one will not kill an enemy, just wound them. If you put 2 together though, it will do the job. Pro tip for all you fellow mechanics out there, if you see one of these trip mines, simply hold R and you can actually disarm it. Now, similar to the ballistics vest, which was on the mechanic, that passive ability, we also have a passive ability for the sniper, stealth training. This will make your footsteps almost silent, and when you open doors, it'll do it quietly instead of busting through with a loud animation. If you're interested in seeing some more sniper gameplay, stay tuned for my next video where I'll be showcasing gameplay from all 4 of the new bolt-action sniper rifles and talking about the differences. And last but not least, we have hacker mode. You'll be able to actually follow in on players viewing the camera from their point of view, makes it a little more entertaining, as well as its main function, helping provide surveillance for your players on the ground. Being able to place constant UAVs and counter UAVs across the map with a very low cooldown, this role can give some massive support to your team, as well as having a swiping UAV and buffing squads with faster deploy and other upgrades. What makes this mode a little more unique is the icons that are on the map you can interact with. The cameras actually allow you to view that area, and anything that you're viewing will auto spot enemies for your friendlies. In addition, there's electricity points points there which can take down the hacker, so the players on the field can help pull the hacker off of those objectives. There's also gas smoke that can be deployed at some of those areas by the hacker, and overall, we're gonna have to see how this works out in the beta. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure someone else will too. Share it out there on social media, click the thumbs up, favorite if you want to reference this again, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. This is SMAW64, signing out.